Welcome class to CIS230 Electronic Publishing, and this is spring 2021, and this is the online section. I'm just going to use this video as an introductory to go through the course and as what the expectations of the course will be. So this is the home page, and home page is just going to have some modules. You'll see any announcements that I may post here. And then anything that will be due through the calendar will be here, as well as any alerts, maybe anything past due. So you can use this page just to kind of see what is currently going on in the course, as well as any announcements that may be posted. So coming into the syllabus will be the next link on the left side. And I'm going to step through the syllabus in detail. It might take a little bit of time to go through, but it's worth the time. So when you click on that, it'll be a download because it is a PDF file. And just kind of giving the details about the course. Again, spring 2021, CIS230 Electronic Publishing, credit hours 3. My contact information, Amy Helgeson. I am located on campus in the Tech Center in office 132D. My phone number, and I will also give you my phone number with my cell phone number. So if you needed to text me, just tell me that you have a email that may be sent to me. Please try not to text me unless there's something urgent that you need me to look at. And that number is 701-989-3803. Now, with regards to that text messaging, I will try to respond to those even if they're in the evening, but please respect my time with my family as well as my time on the weekends as well. So you're free to email me at any time at amy.helgeson@bismarckstate.edu. I respond to emails generally Monday through Friday, 8:30 to 4. Now, I'm not saying that I'm not going to respond to emails in the evening or on the weekends, but it's just not expected. So if it does happen, just don't think that it will always happen. Office hours Monday through Thursday, 1 to 2, and then Friday from 11 a.m. to 12 p.m. So those are the times that I will be in my office, and there'll be other times that you can make appointments with me. You can communicate with me through this online course, connecting through what we call Blackboard Collaborate. And it's just an online platform where you connect, I connect. Please make sure that you have a mic ready to go if you connect through there, because it's easier for us to communicate if we can just talk versus coming into chat. And actually, I won't allow you to use chat. I will have you call me and we'll talk through the phone as we're stepping through what I see through the course, okay? So Blackboard Collaborate, always the option at any time that we need to connect, okay? Course materials, this is your textbook, and this is an ebook, and access will be downloaded into your Blackboard and charged to your BSC student account. And then if you want to opt out of that, you need to opt out by 1/25/21. Okay, and I will send out announcements on how you'll do that if that's your case. Okay, if you prefer the hard copy of the book versus the ebook, you can contact Tammy at the bookstore and she will help you go ahead and order that book. Course description will be focused on using Adobe Dreamweaver Creative Cloud, and we'll be using the latest version of Creative Cloud, and we'll talk about that software and what is involved with that as we get a little further down in the syllabus. But we'll be working with text, and we're working with style sheets, images, and links, and then we'll look at how we can position things on our pages and how we can actually upload our web pages to the server, and we'll focus on that right away in the first 2 weeks of the course as well. I'm hoping to get into some Bootstrap as well, and it's a term that maybe you've heard, but hoping to get into some Bootstrap this semester as well. I'm just not sure exactly where I'm going to plug that in with the chapter work. So course outcomes, you will learn how to use Adobe Dreamweaver Creative Cloud. You will understand the fundamentals of the World Wide Web and able to create effective, attractive, and well-organized websites. And then, of course, our critical thinking skills that hopefully you obtain through every course that you take. And then our program learning outcome that this will fall under, we have 6 of them for the web program, and this is the one that this course falls under: plan, design, and implement effective web pages using a variety of media and following ethical principles. And then at the institution level, which is BSc, that's going to fall under their communication section. So here are the learning outcomes. If you want to learn more about those, you can click there. Unit objectives, chapter 1. This is what we'll work with in chapter 1 and then chapter 2, and it just goes through all of them. So if you're interested in seeing maybe, hey, am I going to cover some of that? You'll want to check that out. Okay. Active learning, in addition to educational strategies such as reading, listening, and reflecting, when appropriate in this class, make use of learning techniques commonly known as active learning. So there might be just some discussions or things like that that will pop up in your online course that will be falling under your active learning. Assessment methods. So in this class, we will be using what you find at the end of each chapter, and they're called Skills Review, which is the Blooms and Bulbs website. Sometimes I refer to that as just the Blooms website. And then Project Builder 1, which is the TripSmart website, and then the Portfolio Project is the Coffee Shop website. Now the Coffee Shop website is one that you will create from scratch. So you will learn to apply, and then you will apply through the Skills Review, further through TripSmart, and then you will further apply even more by creating your own website. And then we'll have these wikis, which is basically internet research, and then chapter tests and a comprehensive final test. Final grades are based on all of those. I do not weight them more one than the other. This points accumulated, and then the average of that is your grading scale. Attendance. So BSC's attendance policy states attendance in class and laboratories is extremely important. Therefore, students are expected to attend all class sessions of any course for which they are registered. So that's the attendance policy for BSc. So with that in mind, you're expected to attend a class every week. And in quotes, it's in quotes because this is an online course. So I would suggest scheduling a regularly scheduled class time for yourself for this course. You know, hey, on Wednesday afternoon from 1 to 3, and maybe Monday as well, I'm going to work from 1 to 3 on this. And then that way I can ask the instructor questions Thursday and Friday, because assignments are going to be due on Monday. Okay, so be prepared to spend approximately, and it's generally 6 to 10 hours per week per course. It just depends on the complexity of what's going on in that course. Not all that time is online. This includes your viewing of lecture material, reading assignments, and project work. Okay, and then we're going to talk about internet connections. I know that at my house, internet connection gets really shaky Sunday afternoon. So if you have any courses that you're going to have stuff due on Sunday afternoon, you want to, in my case, I'd want to pay attention to that. So everything in this class is going to be due on Monday nights at midnight. 11:59 p.m. is when everything will be due for that particular chapter. And we'll look at how they're broke out when we look at the course outline. It says, number 3, since many online learners are also full-time workers with careers, I understand that you may be required to travel for work, or maybe you have a big project that has this deadline. So however, you are responsible for planning ahead and to accommodate these disruptions. Notify me before impending disruptions to your studies, not after the fact. You are expected to complete assignments ahead of your absence from class. So if you know if you're going to be gone, or if you know that, hey, work needs to have this much more of me, let me know, and we can open things if we need to open things, okay? Makeup, assignments are due by the due date. This course is part of a technical program designed to prepare you for the workforce. Just as your future clients will expect you to meet deadlines, your instructor in the program does as well, okay? So make sure that you're paying attention to those due dates. If you're a person like me that needs to write things down or have it in the calendar on your phone, whatever works for you, you want to make sure that you note those due dates. And we'll talk about the calendar in Blackboard as well. Now you're expected to create and maintain a backup system which works for you. Don't rely just on your hard drive or rely just on a flash drive. You want to have a couple, or maybe you want to use cloud storage. You will be required to upload all your files for Bloom's, TripSmart, and for Coffee Shop to a2hosted.com for correction, so you can consider that as one of your backups. But it's only backed up if you actually upload your files there, okay? So make sure that you don't rely just on one storage spot. Knowledge of the location of a second computer which has required software already installed, okay? So hopefully that will never be a concern, that your computer is now in maintenance and now you don't have access to Dreamweaver and you're trying to complete coursework, okay? I do think with Dreamweaver, I do believe this is correct, that you will be able to download it again through your Creative Cloud and subscription onto another PC. I think that's up to, I can't remember how many copies. Assignments will be graded based on what was submitted by the due date. Late work will not receive credit, partial or full. And then make sure you verify your upload to the server by viewing the domain listed in course messages. Do not rely on local viewing of your files. Example of that would be, if I'm taking an English course and I type up my English paper and it is stored on my desktop, okay? If I don't upload that file to Blackboard for my instructor to correct, they can't access my hard drive where my desktop is located. It's the same concept here. If I have you developing these websites, if you never upload them to the server for me to view, I can't correct them. Okay, so you always want to make sure that after you upload, that you check this domain to make sure that it's actually uploaded. It would be like if I was developing a website for a company and then I uploaded it to the server, but then never went and checked out their domain to actually see if what I uploaded was there. Okay, so very important that we don't rely on just the local viewing of our files versus the upload on the server. And sometimes when we upload through Dreamweaver, it doesn't always upload correctly. So we want to make sure, and I will show you some of those tips and tricks as we get into chapter 1. So questions to me regarding markup, okay, that's HTML, or troubleshooting your project code must be received 48 to 72 hours before the due date. So your due dates are Monday night at midnight, okay? So it would be best if I received that question actually on Friday. So you want to be working diligently on your coursework, from Tuesday when it's released to you through Thursday. So if you have any questions, and it's actually, some of those are 2 weeks, so you want to make sure Tuesday from Thursday each week, okay, so that you can send me questions and we can get the most out of this course. Okay, if a question is asked less than 24 hours before the due date, the instructor may not have sufficient time to answer your question. That goes for all of your courses. Make sure that you're giving enough time, ample time for your instructors to answer those questions. You will not be given additional time to complete the project regardless of any questions submitted to the instructor. Okay? Asking appropriate and timely questions to supervisors and clients are a necessary skill you must learn and practice. And sometimes they're kind of painstaking all the way through. And there will be forgiveness along the way as well. Grace will be extended, especially in the beginning. Okay? And if illnesses or emergencies or family matters or work issues come up, please always just communicate those with me. So no late assignments for any reasons, excluding all those things that I just said, including technology and internet issues, will be accepted for full or partial credit. Extended illnesses 1 week and beyond will need to be documented by a medical excuse in order to receive credit. I'm generally pretty flexible on that, but if you have a doctor's excuse, that would be great to see that as well. Notification of an extended illness must be received before the due date. So again, if you fall sick, just send me an email. If you were working, you wouldn't call in 2 days after you missed work. Okay, so same concept here. Any questions on this policy, please direct to me. Course outline. Let's jump over and look at the course outline. So this is our tentative schedule. And I say tentative because I want to throw that bootstrap in there, and I just don't know exactly where I'm going to throw it in at this point. So once I made modifications to this, I will go ahead and make sure you are updated through the announcement section and through an email. So this is generally our due dates. We got 2 weeks for each of the first 2 chapters, and then 1 week for chapter 3, 1 week for chapter 4, and then we fall back into 2 weeks all the way to the end. You'll notice that there's no chapter 7, and chapter 7 is just because we actually practice most of that stuff through the entire course, through chapters 1 through 6. Okay, and I just have you practice them because we're actually uploading to the server already. Okay, institutional syllabus. So these are the policies that BSC has for all of our courses. Academic honor code, accessibility, camera, video recording. That won't be an issue because this is an online course. Email, make sure you're using your BSC, bismarckstate.edu, or your NDUS to communicate with your instructors. Military veteran statement, so if you're currently or have served in the military, first and foremost, thank you for your service. And then please contact the Veteran Services Office at this number regarding your services or benefits to which you may be entitled. Drop withdrawal deadlines. This is always good for you to know that this link is here for you to know if you need to, withdraw from a course. Maybe something just happened and, that's your situation and then you need to withdraw. And so knowing these deadlines is really good. Students' rights and responsibilities. So student policies, it's always good to know your student policies at your institution. Title IX, guest speaker, and then face coverings is talking about our masks. Jump back to the syllabus. Okay, software required. And if you have any questions with regards to software, give me a call or send me an email. Okay? If you are a web page development design student, I highly recommend the annual Creative Cloud subscription. Okay, so this, you'll click on this link. In this option, you'll pay a monthly fee of $19.99 and have access to all Creative Cloud apps. Okay, up to 100 gig of cloud storage, website hosting, and creation and file conversion and sharing. Okay, you can watch the overview at that link. Okay, you will use Adobe Illustrator, InDesign, and Photoshop and Dreamweaver throughout the web curriculum. If you have any questions on whether you should be the one that purchases this subscription, you need to let me know. I believe at this time, that's the only avenue you have. Before, students were allowed to purchase just Dreamweaver on its own, and it was like $29.99 a month. But this is the only option from what I researched last week. Okay, so $19.99. Make sure that you know your options of when you could cancel that subscription and what may continue to be charged to you. I don't know those details because I already have a subscription, so I don't know exactly what the details are. And the thing is that Adobe keeps changing them from year to year. So I learn them and then they go ahead and change them. And so if you would like to share those with me and I could share them with other people, that would be great as well. Textbook data files, they'll be located in your Blackboard course messages. So in Blackboard, you will also see course messages. And in there, you're going to see, these are like emails that are sent within the course. Please don't email me through course messages. Make sure when you email me, you click on email or you open up your Outlook and you email me that way. Don't email me with the course messages because I do get a notification in my email, but then I have to log into Blackboard to actually see what you sent me. So it's just easier if you just email me directly. But course messages is where I generally send zip files and things like that because you can't send a lot of zip files through email these days for security reasons. Wikis. Each wiki assigned is worth 10 points. And again, these are usually research. Like, let's go out and research what sitemaps are, okay? And then you research, you find a couple sources, you put the URL in there, and then you summarize to me what you learned at that particular web page or website. Web server, I will be sending you out an email with regards to how you will connect to the server through, it'll be just a FTP and account information. And then in a separate video, and it'll be in chapter 1, you will learn how to plug that information into Dreamweaver so that you'll be able to upload. Okay, Blooms and Bulbs, TripSmart, and Coffee Shop. Those are the ones that are needing to be uploaded to the web server for review and correction. So then we get into the details of each one. What is Blooms? You are responsible for each chapter for uploading files for Blooms. This is a website created in Skills Review section at the end of the chapter. For each chapter, you will be given 5 points for completing and uploading to the BSC CIS server by the assigned due date. Okay, so again, Skills Review. This one generally, tells you specific things that you need to do in order to add those updates to Blooms, and then you will upload. TripSmart allows you to kind of apply, but still gives you some fair amount of directions. Okay, so the same thing here, 5 points by the assigned due date. And then Coffee Shop is where we actually have to now apply. So we're going to build a coffee shop website, and we'll be starting talking about, how are we going to do, which pages are we going to use, and there'll be some questions asked about what you think we should be on a coffee shop website. So for each lesson, you will be given 5 points again for completing the coffee shop. And then at the end, you will get an additional 100 points. So there is 8 chapters because we got rid of chapter 7. So 8 chapters, so 40 points here, 40 points for TripSmart, 40 points for Coffee Shop, but then an additional 100 points. So I need to update this. So in addition to the 40 chapter points, chapters 1 through 6 and 8 through 9, this project is worth 100 points. Okay, and Monday, May 2nd, so this would be the Monday of the last week of classes that will be due. And what that provides me to do is then I can correct, and then I can give you feedback, and most often I allow students to make corrections and get that credit back. Okay, so public domain images, pixabay.com or flickr.com. Make sure that when you type in Flickr, you leave the E out, okay? So Pixabay, and then this is where we'll talk about later in a later chapter, what kind of images do we need to download? How do we need to apply them into our websites, okay? Or I should say website, coffee shop. A minimum of 6 web pages is required for a portfolio builder. So here's the topic. You've been approached to develop a website for your local coffee shop. Suggested information about the coffee shop, a description, a location, etc. So you can have menus. In that menu page, you can talk about the coffee, the cappuccinos, the lattes, the pastries, and then maybe on the services page, you talk about pre-orders, delivery, etc. Maybe you have products for purchase. Maybe there's T-shirts. Maybe there's coffee mugs, and then a means for the customer to comment on your products and/or services or entertainment. So information presented may be non-fictitious, so it might actually be maybe a web business or a coffee shop business, or it can be fictitious, something you make up. Okay, chapter tests. I'm going to need to update this too to remove 7 here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and then 8 through 9. And there will be a combination of true, false, and multiple choice. Comprehensive final test. So after the completion of chapter 9, you'll be given a final test in which you have 2 options. 60 questions of 40 multiple choice and 20 true and false, or you can complete a hands-on project, and that's where we'll actually apply. Okay, and that hands-on might adjust, again, just because I'm still thinking about how I'm going to bring Bootstrap into our course. Okay, I will update you if that happens. Okay, extra credit. No extra credit offered in this course. I don't offer extra credit in any of my courses. It simply means that you need to do the assignments along the way. Okay, you get in trouble, get behind in something, you need to let me know. Okay, I am your resource, kind of like your project manager, to keep you going and flowing through this course. Final words, please don't feel that you cannot ask me questions. I find that kind of, silly in a way, that students don't think they can ask their instructor questions. Well, that's our job. We're teaching you stuff. So yeah, ask me questions. I may not have all the answers, but I will try to find the answers. My office door is always open to you, and that means as an online course, my email is open to you, my voicemail is there, even my text messages are open to you. I'm here to assist you in your learning experience, so please contact me with any question you may have. I love broken code, love to dig through it, so don't ever think that you can't ask me a question. Syllabus updates, so again, there's a few updates that I'll make, just the little ones with removing the chapter 7, and then when I figure out where I'm going to put that, I will go ahead and let you know how I've updated the course outline as well as the syllabus. Okay, so that is your syllabus. And then we get into, here's where you'll see your announcements. So this one just says, welcome, my name is Amy Helgeson. I am an instructor for CIS230 Electronic Publishing. The textbooks this course is based out of is, again, Adobe Dreamweaver Creative Cloud. When you think about textbooks, this is very frustrating for us in the technology area right now. There's not a lot of new textbooks coming out. And so I'm going to do my best to make sure that you're getting the most relevant content needed, okay, by using maybe an older textbook. But I will make sure and update the assignments pages, the assignments directions to make sure that you're getting the most current technologies and concepts that are being used out in industry, okay? So don't think that because the copyright is old on the book, that you're not getting the most current concepts and what is used out there in industry. I've broken the course down into chapters. There will be 8 of them, and we'll be covering one chapter roughly every 1 to 2 weeks, just as I talked about in the course outline. Because this class is software-based, you do need the access to Adobe Creative Cloud. The question has always been asked to us, why Adobe Dreamweaver Creative Cloud? And there's a lot of different softwares that we could go with, and at this time we are going to stick with Adobe Dreamweaver Creative Cloud, and it allows me to teach you, what other softwares may be doing, but we're going to learn it through Adobe Dreamweaver Creative Cloud, and you can also have that FTP access as well. I don't use Adobe Dreamweaver for everything that I code, but I do use it for a lot. Please see the software required. Again, if you have any questions on that, you let me know. If you're hesitant on the complexity of this course, please note that I will be providing step-by-step videos on all chapter example exercises and some chapter assignments. So in your book, there is, through the chapter, it's called Striped Umbrella, and I will be providing step-by-step videos on how to step through that, and some lecture material as well as we go through that. Okay, I will not be providing step-by-step on how to do Blooms or TripSmart or Coffee Shop. I will be providing direction, but not step-by-step with those. And then course syllabus we already went through, and then a couple last lines there. I strongly encourage you to keep up with your reading and assignments so you won't become overwhelmed. So with the reading, how it happens is you'll go through maybe 1, 2, maybe up to 4 pages of reading, and then it actually has you practice that, okay? And I practice that through Striped Umbrella. And required information regarding this course. So so you won't become overwhelmed, and please don't hesitate to email or call me at my office if you have any questions. Again, I'm here to assist you in your learning. And then lastly, even though this is an online course, it is not self-paced. We need to be responsible to those due dates and make sure that we get everything in on time. And then I'll post that video right here that I'm currently recording. Blackboard Collaborate Ultra. This is where if you need to meet one-on-one with me to show me maybe what you're encountering in Dreamweaver, and you can share your screen with me, I can share my screen with you, and we can have communication that way. So all you need to do is let me know that you need an appointment for that. Okay, so send me an email. Blackboard helps if you're having any issues with this course shell. You'll click on Blackboard Help, email here where you can go ahead and email, and I should come in here and do student preview here to show, yeah, that works better. Okay, so email. So this is what you would see, so you can email your students in your classes, in the instructor. And then here's where you'll find your grades. And then academic honor code, you'll want to complete that. And then course calendar. So if you look at your course calendar, you can see, hey, on the 25th of January, my academic honor code exam is due, and then Bloom's and Trip Smart are due. Hey, why coffee shop's not there? I'm going to figure that out because there should be a coffee shop one there as well. And then course messages. So right now we don't have any course messages in there, but this is where I'll be uploading your data files. Course content, this is where you're going to see your chapters. So you'll be seeing chapter 1 showing up pretty soon. And then instant access, this is where you will be able to click on your book. Let's see if it's actually working. Nope, not currently set up yet. Okay, so that should be coming hopefully by tomorrow or later today. And maybe I don't have the link correct. Nope, I don't. I have red shelf in there. So I need to update that link, and then that will get updated. Go ahead and exit preview here. So those are the links that are down. I can't even get into there. I'm going to have to actually click back in here and go back into the course. And then exit. There we go. So those are all the links that are down the left side of the screen. And if you have any questions, I know this video probably got fairly lengthy, but it's good information. It's typically what you would see, you know, if you were on campus and they were to go over the first day information for a course. Okay, so questions, let me know. I'm excited for Dreamweaver. I'm excited for the changes that are going to be implemented in this course. I'm excited for the questions that you're going to send me. Thank you for your time.